A UN team to investigate the Venezuela deportation controversy in Trinidad and Tobago. Our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Friday, May 4. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Ricardo Roberts. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres plans to send a high-level team to Port of Spain to investigate claims that locally based UN officials had misrepresented the repatriation of 82 Venezuelan nationals last month. Acting Attorney General Stuart Young made the disclosure at Thursday's post-cabinet press briefing, which came days after a meeting between Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and the UN Secretary General. Alicia Boucher of TV6 News has the details.
The government's position on the matter unwavering. They volunteered to go home, and there is evidence to support that. Acting Attorney General Stuart Young says Dr. Keith Rowley engaged in a rigorous conversation with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Tuesday, defending TNT's position on the matter and further expressing disapproval of the harsh and uninformed criticism which came from the UN.
We as a sovereign did everything in accordance with our laws, and that we felt aggrieved as a country that a representative of the UN, rather than consult with the government of Trinidad and Tobago and find out exactly what happened before issuing a statement, went ahead and issued a statement that criticized the government of Trinidad and Tobago.
According to Young, there was an acknowledgement by the UN that there are currently 40,000 Venezuelans in this country who have been treated justly. But the UN plans to look deeper into the repatriation exercise.
The Secretary General said what he would do is he would dispatch a team from Geneva, a very high-level team, to come and meet with the government of Trinidad and Tobago to ensure that the right facts are put forward, and that he gave an assurance that Trinidad and Tobago continues to be a leading sovereign state in the UN, especially in this part of the region, and that we have an excellent record with the United Nations.
Young says Gutierrez only became aware of the situation when Dr. Rowley's request for a conversation was made.
He wasn't aware of any statement being issued or where the authority for the statement that was issued came from, etc.
The Prime Minister is said to have reaffirmed the government's position in writing to the UN. Young is unable to say when the UN's team from Geneva would be coming to TNT.
Still in Trinidad and Tobago, Police Commissioner Stephen Williams has ordered an investigation into a shooting incident on Wednesday evening that left 2 lawmen wounded. The incident occurred at the usually busy Grand Bazaar Mall and was caught on camera. More in this report from Anselm Gibbs of TV6 News.
A gunfight with a difference. It's police officer versus police officer. The drama unfolding outside Ruby Tuesdays at Grand Bazaar Shopping Mall. In the video, one man, gun in hand, approaches another man from behind and at close range starts firing. The man wearing the shorts then whips out a gun and returns fire while running away. The man who appears to have started the shooting can then be seen running with a limp past the camera. Some 25 spent shells were reportedly recovered at the scene. And by the time the gunfire subsided, both officers involved, a corporal and a sergeant, were injured. One officer was treated at hospital and discharged, while the other remains warded. Published reports say the shooting may have been the result of a love triangle. Police told the Express newspaper a corporal was at the restaurant with a woman when another officer entered. When the man and woman left the restaurant, they were reportedly confronted by the police sergeant, leading to the shooting. Acting Police Commissioner Stephen Williams has ordered an investigation. In
Jamaica, former Police Commissioner Rear Admiral Hardley Lewin believes the state of emergency in the parish of St. James is unnecessary. He said operations that are being conducted now could have taken place without the measure. Lewin said a police-military operation would simply require the assent of the Minister of Defense. Speaking on RJR's hotline on Thursday afternoon, the former top cop said if he were police commissioner, he would not have recommended the measure.
We are conflating state of emergency with the security forces operation. The security forces operation that have been conducted can be done without any declaration.
Not for sustained periods.
But while sustaining it, what is sustaining it is the government support and funding of what is taking place.
The state of emergency in St. James first took effect on January 18 and has been extended several times since. On Wednesday, the Senate approved a resolution to further extend it until August 2nd. Still in Jamaica, following shootings in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on Tuesday, in which 7 people were killed and several others injured, Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson revealed that more than 90 people, including 13 gang members, have been detained in a military operation. The security forces say they are also targeting public officials and businesses believed to be funding criminal enterprises. We get more in this TVJ News report.
An emergency press conference called in the aftermath of a police military operation in Westmoreland on Thursday. The top notch of the police present, the background, 7 shot dead and 12 wounded in a gang feud in the community of Grange Hill in the parish. That spike in murders and shootings forced action from the security forces. Their response.
So a series of operations begun this morning, targeting the persons who are most violent, the violent criminals, but also targeting their facilitators who have been funding these criminal organizations and have been providing guns to them.
The result so far, an AK-47 rifle and several assorted rounds of ammunition seized.
We have detained 94 persons. We have arrested 13 who we've been looking for, who have been wanted for various criminal activities within Westmoreland. Of the list that was put out yesterday with 5 wanted persons and 5 persons of interest, one of the persons of interest have turned in themselves, the others haven't.
Head of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC, ACP Fitz Bailey, said the shootings stem from a feud between the Darling Street Gang and the Dexter Street Gang.
They are responsible for several murders within the space, several shooting and other criminal activities.
13 members of the Dexter Street Gang have been arrested. They will be taken to Kingston to be charged.
These persons were taken in pursuit of investigation, really anti-gang legislation. In addition to that, there are 5 additional persons who were arrested before, and the focus will be looking at the organization and the network from which they are from.
Corrupt public officials and lawmen who are said to be funding criminal enterprises are also being targeted.
A lot of the people who are pulling the trigger have no money of their own. They don't have access to weapons. So somebody else is bringing them in, and those are the people we are looking for. We are targeting a number of businesses that seem to have links with what is happening in Westmoreland.
At least 8 people suspected of being involved in the deadly piracy attacks off the coast of Suriname are being held in that country and Guyana. Police in Suriname say 6 suspects held there are believed to be Guyanese nationals. And the Guyana police have confirmed that they have detained 2 men linked to the attack. Acting Police Commissioner in Guyana, David Ramnarine, said the 2 suspects were picked up on the southeastern quarantine coast along the border river with Suriname. All the suspects are believed to be Guyanese nationals, but the names of those detained have not yet been released. Investigators made the arrests based on information provided by survivors of the attacks. 20 fishermen were thrown overboard after being beaten and robbed by the armed pirates. 5 of them were found alive while investigators continue to look for the bodies of others believed to have drowned. So far, at least 4 bodies have been found. And coming up in Caribbean Newsline, deadly rains hit Haiti. We'll be right back.
Be watching on May 12th as the Anthony N. Sabga Caribbean Awards for Excellence is broadcast live from the Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica. Join us from 7:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time as Kai Miller of Jamaica, Noel and Siobhan Joseph of Trinidad and Tobago, Andrew Boyle of Guyana, and Adesh Ramsubag of Trinidad and Tobago receive $500,000 TT, a medal and citation for their work in the arts, sciences, public and civic contributions, and entrepreneurship.
Festival again, 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival from June 27 to July 1st, 2018. Featuring Kester Band, Sifa Mulonji, Small Axe Band, Nyla Blackman, and Betty Wack. Also, Patti LaBelle, Dijon, New Vibes International, Rhythm of the Beat, and Wayne Wonder. Spice, August Alsina, Aishona, Byron Messiah, Dasha, Shaka Dimas, and Pliers, and Miss Lauren Hill. Save the date and book now for the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
At least 2 members of a family, including a 9-year-old girl, were killed as heavy rains battered Haiti over the past 48 hours. The unidentified 29-year-old woman and the child were killed when a wall collapsed on their home in Mont Carmel, a village in the commune of Maribalias. The Hydrometeorological Unit of Haiti is forecasting continued heavy rainfall, especially on the southeast, west, and Artibonite, and it warned that the departments of Northwest, North, Center, Nipez, South, and Grand Anse are likely to be flooded. The Caribbean Financial Action Task Force has just wrapped up a 2-day workshop in Guyana for regional judges and prosecutors to help in the fight against money laundering and terrorism financing. Guyana's Legal Affairs Minister Basil Williams said the work of judges and prosecutors is crucial in that battle. And the Bahamian public health pioneer has been named a Pan-American Health Organization Hero of the Americas. She is Merceline Dal Regis, better known for her work in advancing regional disease elimination efforts. We get more in this news report from ZNS Network News.
Dr. Merceline Dal Regis has received the Pan American Health Organization's Public Health Hero of the Americas Award, becoming the 2nd Caribbean national and the first woman in the Caribbean to win the award. The award is presented to those who have dedicated their lives to public health and have made contributions to improving the health of people in their countries, regionally and internationally. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Hubert Minnis congratulated the former chief medical officer, who he says continues to lend her knowledge and skills to bear on public health. The Prime Minister says as the country celebrates 45 years of independence this year, it is time to reflect on the stories of people like Dal Regis who sought ways for the Bahamas to benefit from their talents. He says it's a matter of pride that through the work of Dr. Dal Regis, the Bahamas has been able to make significant contributions to the work of PAHO in efforts to eliminate vaccine-preventable diseases.
Last week, we celebrated as Vaccination Week an annual health observance of the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization. It is therefore fitting that the week that recognizes the benefits of immunization has culminated with the receipt of this prestigious honor by Dr. Dal Regis.
Well, Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands also congratulated Dr. Dal Regis, who said the award is not hers alone, as what she's accomplished would not have been possible without the help of others.
Her foresight and leadership has continued to be of great value to her beloved country, to the Ministry of Health, and to me. And I would like to take this moment to express my personal gratitude for her advice, her guidance, and her unwavering support.
I could not have achieved the work that I've done without the contributions of so many, particularly the health workers in the field, the staff at all levels, my family, particularly my late husband, my children, my immediate family, very good friends, and lots of prayers.
And ahead in Newsline Sport, a Bahamian sprinter smashes a record at the IAAF Diamond League in Doha. We'll tell you who after the break. Stay with us.
watching on May 12th as the Anthony N. Sabga Caribbean Awards for Excellence is broadcast live from the Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica. Join us from 7:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time as Kai Miller of Jamaica, Noel and Siobhan Joseph of Trinidad and Tobago, Andrew Boyle of Guyana, and Adesh Ramsubag of Trinidad and Tobago receive $500,000 TT, a medal and citation for their work in the arts, sciences, public and civic contributions, and entrepreneurship.
Kick back, relax, enjoy the view, the boats, the scenery amidst epic parties, entertainment and nightlife. Antigua Sailing Week. Experience 7 days of non-stop bliss. Chase the race daily by land or up close by sea as the crews compete for glory. Then, when night falls, the harbor ignites. Antigua Sailing Week, April 28th to May 4th, 2018. Antigua and Barbuda. The beach is just the beginning.
The Career Development Institute's Caribbean Rising Stars in Beauty competition determines the best and most talented in hair, makeup, nails, or barbering. Win a scholarship and prizes worth more than $5,000. Build your clientele and expand your business. Upload 4 photographs of your best work to our email address. Watch the public vote on our Facebook page. Join the winners at the prestigious Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center for a live finals competition. Email careerdevelopment.institute@yahoo.com. The Career Development Institute, bringing the best in regional beauty together.
Bahamian sprinter Stephen Gardiner smashed a meet record in the 400-meter men's final at the IAAF Diamond League in Doha on Friday. He stopped the clock with his personal best run of 43.87 seconds. The run was also the world leading time and national record for the Bahamian. Coming in behind Gardiner in a time of 44.50 seconds was Abdal Haroun of Qatar. Botswana's Isaac Makwala finished third in 44.92 seconds.
Well, despite that noise, they get underway without any problem. And it's fairly even at the moment, although certainly Aquala looks to have gone off the quickest third from left there in lane 6. He's one of the smaller in the field, but a lovely, smooth, fluid stride. The tall legs of Gardner in the orange there, just to the left of centre, carrying him along well. And inside him, Haroun of Qatar, the bronze medalist from London last year, has gone off very aggressively in the white armbands. But Makwala now beginning to get into his stride, holding the form well around that top bend, although certainly leading at the moment is Haroun in the orange strip. In lane 5, it's Gardner now who's going strongly. Gardner challenging Makwala, who may be beaten here, and he will be, because Gardner is going well clear. He's pulling way clear as the 22 run. Big win that for the Bahamian. And look at the time, 43.87. A new meeting record. And that is by far the quickest time in the world this year. That really is a fabulous way to kick off his 2018 Diamond League season. A new national record.
And Jamaican Elaine Thompson had to settle for third place in a 100-meter women's final that was dominated by the Africans. Thompson ran her season's best in a time of 10.93 seconds. Marie Jose Talou of Ivory Coast ran a world-leading time of 10.85 seconds to finish first, while Blessing Okabari ran a season's best of 10.90 seconds for second place.
Oh, in the middle, Ahure gets off to a good start, so does Talou. Talou and Ahure are leading this one at the moment. Skippers has been left behind by a good metre or so. Talou might just have the edge here. Thompson's trying to get amongst it, but it's got to be Talou who gets there. Okagbare may have just pipped Thompson for second place, but look at that, another new world lead. We've hardly had an event this evening without a world lead. That is superb sprinting, 10:85, and indeed that's a new personal best for Talou. Goodness me, are we seeing some excellent athletics here tonight. Okagbare under 10 seconds.
And Trinidad and Tobago's Jareem Richards missed a chance at another gold in the men's 200 meter. The Commonwealth champion clocked a time of 19.99 seconds behind American Noah Lyles, who stopped the clock in a time of 19.83 seconds.
Well, good start there from DeGrasse in 4. DeGrasse grabbing a metre or so, but Guliev really picking up pace well around the middle of the bend there. Guliev in the white vest. Very easy to spot there as they come into the straight. Is Guliev leading? He is at the moment. He's a strong man too, but look at Lyles coming through from lane 7. Lyles in lane 7, dragging through. Jareem Richards behind him. The Commonwealth champion takes second place behind Noel Lyles. That's a big win, 19.83, a new meeting record there for Noel Lyles. Well, he's only 20 years old, a semi-finalist of the semi-finals of the US Indoor Championships in mid-February. His only individual race so far this year prior to tonight was a windy 9.86 in Florida back at the 31st of March, but he looks delighted with that. 1983, and in second place, Jareem Richards, 1999.
Over to cricket now. Sri Lanka is in danger of losing opener Dimuth Karunaratne for the 3-test tour of the Caribbean next month after he fractured a finger in practice on Wednesday. The 30-year-old picked up the injury while practicing in the nets for a limited overs tournament and now faces a race to be fit for the June series. Sri Lanka's cricket board said Dimuth would be assessed by a specialist to determine the injury management and return to play time frame. The left-hander is a key member of the Sri Lanka side and has played 49 tests and scored 3,186 runs at an average of 34. When West Indies toured Sri Lanka 3 years ago, he struck a magnificent 186 in Galley to spur the host to an emphatic innings and 6-run victory inside 4 days. Sri Lanka's upcoming tour of the Caribbean will be their 4th, with tests scheduled for Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground in St. Lucia, and the Kensington Oval in Barbados. And Chris Gayle notched yet another half-century to extend his patch to form, but Kings 11 Punjab slipped to a 6-wicket loss to the beleaguered Mumbai Indians in the Indian Premier League on Friday. Sent in at the Holkar Cricket Stadium, Kings 11 gathered a decent 174 for 6 from their 20 overs, with the left-handed Gayle top scoring with exactly 50 from 40 deliveries. With 102 half-centuries in 4 previous innings, Gayle was again in good touch, lashing 6 fours and 2 sixes in a patient knock. He put on 54 for the first wicket with Rahul and added a further 34 for the second wicket with Yuvraj Singh before perishing in the 12th over. Australian Marcus Stoinis chipped in with an unbeaten 29, while opener Lokesh Rahul got 24 and Karun Nair 23. In reply, Mumbai were driven by a top score of 57 from Sayakumar Yadav as they reached their target with an over to spare. Yadav struck half a dozen 4s and 3 6s and received support from Krunal Pandya, who hit a 12-ball unbeaten 31, and Kishan, who made 25. And over to football now. CARICOM countries are down to benefit but from a development program by world governing football body FIFA. The regional grouping signed a memorandum of understanding with FIFA in an effort to bolster the sport at primary schools across the region. We get more in this HJP Nightly News report.
The MOU will be signed at the 31st meeting of the Council for Human and Social Development scheduled for Guyana and is aimed at fostering football development in the region. This initiative is a direct result of the inaugural visit to Guyana by FIFA's president Gianni Infantino in 2017, who along with President Wayne Ford discussed a regional school football program with CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque. The Secretary General gave a commitment to pursue this initiative, which was further advanced by Minister of Education Nicolette Henry, who has successfully coordinated its inclusion on the meeting's agenda. A key element of the MOU is an emphasis on youth football development, particularly providing support to CARICOM member states to strengthen their primary schools' football competitions, and where it is non-existent, assist with the development and execution of such competitions. This will include the provision of necessary equipment to facilitate these competitions, including balls, bibs, and cones. FIFA is also keen to build capacity among technical staff of the region, including coaches, match officials, and administrators.
And that's the sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Kick back, relax, enjoy the view, the boats, the scenery amidst epic parties, entertainment, and nightlife. Antigua Sailing Week. Experience 7 days of non-stop bliss. Chase the race daily by land or up close by sea as the crews compete for glory. Then, when night falls, the harbor ignites. Antigua Sailing Week, April 28th to May 4th, 2018. Antigua and Barbuda. The beach is just the beginning.
Follow your heart to the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival from June 27th to July 1st, 2018. Featuring Kester Band, Sizzla Mulunji, Small Axe Band, Nyla Blackman, and Betty Wack. Also, Patti LaBelle, Dijon, New Vibes International, Rhythm of the Beat, and Wayne Wonder. Spice, August Alsina, Aishona, Byron Messiah, Dasha, Shaka Dimas, and Pliers, and Miss Lauren Hill. Save the date and book now for the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
The Career Development Institute's Caribbean Rising Stars in Beauty competition determines the best and most talented in hair, makeup, nails, or barbering. Win a scholarship and prizes worth more than $5,000. Build your clientele and expand your business. Upload 4 photographs of your best work to our email address. Watch the public vote on our Facebook page. Join the winners at the prestigious Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center for a live finals competition. Email careerdevelopment.institute@yahoo.com. The Career Development Institute, bringing the best in regional beauty together.
Again, the major developments of this day: a UN team to investigate the Venezuela deportation controversy in Trinidad and Tobago. And in sport, Bahamian sprinter Stephen Gardiner smashes a meet record in the 400-meter men's final at the IAAF Diamond League in Doha. That's Caribbean Newsline. For news and sports round the clock, log on to CarterNews.com. We'll be back here again on Monday, but from all of us at CMC News, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a good night.